We're at Bernie's place. We're gonna bring him. I think it's a 3.4 liter Jag engine. He's gonna put it together for us.
Now we need to get yours in here eventually anyway.
Well, but that's not the priority.
No.
I'm just gonna carry some stuff here, Bernie. Where would you like me to put it?
Well,
Just find a clear bench.
yes, we need to put it somewhere close to here.
Somewhere close there.
Those sparklers go there. This is my motorcycle stuff. Whoa.
Look at that now, would you?
Yeah, that'll dazzle you.
That'll dazzle you.
How many boxes do you get?
I'm not sure.
3, 4 maybe?
Beautiful. How much can we start pushing? That could go back on top of there. Yeah.
This one's empty.
Oh, you got the whole. You got an engine picker. You got an engine stand, the whole bit. You got the whole
Yes,
deal.
I've got an engine stand.
You've got the whole thing there.
Can we put all this stuff on the top over there where that tarpaulin is, on the top of that
Yeah.
bunch of shells? Where are you? Yeah.
Do you recognize this box too? Do you recognize this box too? Yes, I do. Too funny.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I never did anything with it.
No, I can tell. Now,
You want to put all these engine parts and boxes up in here, Bernie? Is that the idea?
yes, I think we should. There's a gasket. We better be careful of that.
I've got some more.
Yes.
Bring it in slowly here.
Yeah.
Don't want to overwhelm you.
No.
You got a Constructo set there.
Wow.
Meccano set.
Meccano set.
That's how the Brits train their engineers. All the kids built. I built cranes when I was a kid on Meccano.
Yes, I can picture that.
Yeah.
That's probably worth something to somebody. You know that?
Possibly.
Yeah. No toy. I mean,
Well, that and model trains. Of course, kids don't travel by train anymore. So I
Pretty well
discovered
shut down,
that with
isn't
my
it?
grandson. I mean, I was hugely impressed by trains as a kid. You know, I was thrilled by trains. And if you've ever seen a steam train at speed going through a station, the steam and smoke and
gets the blood pumping, does it?
oh, it's
Thrilling.
fantastic. Yeah,
I've never been
we
on.
should pick that up.
I don't
Chad.
think I've been on a train in my life.
There you go. You
I
see.
don't think.
So trains don't have any wonder anymore. Well, they led to exciting places. I mean, there weren't any planes. There were ships and trains. You know.
Ships and trains.
And we should try to flip this boy up over there
Okay.
and stick the
Is
stuff
that it? Is
alongside,
that
and then
it
we
for
can.
the boxes?
This is. Yes, we make sure. Chad, have you brought all your boxes in now?
I got a few more things. I got oil pan.
All right, I'll take that somewhere.
I'm just going to set this over here.
Out of here, right here.
And then you want to tip this
Better
up?
get that boy back out and yours in.
I
Yes.
was going to suggest, did you want to roll up that door and bring it in that way and then not have to move the
Yeah,
jack?
we could. We'd still have to move the MG a bit, would we?
No?
No, the engine's on rollers, so we can roll around. There's more gaskets that I had.
All right. Yes, let's put. Hey,
Or-
but we better support them.
Yeah.
Brett,
Well, put the
let's
flat.
let's move that off. And then it doesn't come flat.
That's heavy.
We'll move that Fran box away.
Okay.
Put the heavy box down there. Yeah.
Pull that thing back from your feet.
Move the little Fran.
Give you a little room. Whole trip.
What are these gaskets?
Yep.
Yeah, they're gaskets, and that should go on top or something. It's not good to bend gaskets.
There.
Right.
Well,
Okay, so we're not going to move this. We're going to move that.
yeah, I don't think you need to move the MG at all.
I think you're probably right.
I think we can just roll it right in. But again, let's get everything else out of the way first.
I know for a fact this was yours.
Yes, yes. Because there was one with a hole in it. And
It's funny how things come back.
round here it seems Well, the fact is that nobody knows how to fix them.
You know what? I'm learning that. Trying to be fixed.
I used to claim I was the only guy walking around town that knew the tightening torques on Jaguar engine parts.
Well, you still can brag that.
Well, it's all good sport, isn't it, Charlene?
Yeah, it is.
Actually, it's been a wonderful hobby for me, and I've really enjoyed it. But
This one come off the engine.
yes, that would be more the thing that it would have had. Well, stick it on top of the other one, Chad. That's all right.
Okay.
Excellent. God, we've got cups for coffee. No, we're going to have to put that.
That's important parts.
Stick it across the top of something.
Oil pan, maybe.
Back over there would be.
Here.
Yes, over there. That's good. Yes. Are we almost through? Is that it?
I'm kind of excited to get this engine out of my shop. It's been sitting there on the floor for quite a while now. I've got a head. Where should I put the head?
Well, we'll keep them together.
Okay. You want me to go around front?
I think so now.
Okay.
Yes.
Got the head wrapped in a blanket there.
Oh, good. Yes.
And there's the,
Right. We should talk about time frame,
I'm not
i.e.
worried about.
when you want it back.
I'm not worried about time frame. How about you put it on your own time? That way, there we're both not.
Okay.
You know.
And what we're going to do in return for one another, in return for doing the engine.
Well,
Now you realise that a Jaguar engine, vintage Jaguar engine rebuild,
Yes.
because that's an older engine. They used to charge, you know, well they say $1,000 a cylinder, and that's 6 cylinders, so 6,000. But I tell you,
I'm hoping that it doesn't need to be rebuilt. I'm hoping it just needs to be put together.
well, we're not going to put it together and not have it run, so we'll do what
Okay.
is necessary to have
Okay.
it running decently at the
Yeah.
end. How's that?
That'd be awesome.
Good. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, we certainly won't bore the cylinders unless we have to.
No, I don't
And we
think
won't.
so.
We won't machine the connecting rod,
I think
crankshaft, and things like that. unless
you
we
know
have
way
to.
more than I do.
Well, we'll look at it and see if it's usable. If it's
Yeah.
usable, we'll put it together. If it isn't usable, we'll have to clean it up. Right.
There you go.
So we'll have it runnable.
You can be the boss of that.
Right. And we better talk what you're going to do in return. Well, in return,
Yes.
I've got this little MG GT that you've already looked at.
Yeah.
It really should look sharper, shouldn't it? It could look with a
Yeah.
better paint job on that.
Okay.
Would look a lot better.
Okay.
And I may need some help getting a V8 engine into it, because
Okay.
you're good at putting engines into cars. I
Yeah.
know. So I want to wind up with a sharp-looking paint job and an engine in.
Okay, we see what we can do there. Yeah. Like, I mean, I'll do what I have to do to, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to do to this.
Okay.
All right.
we'll do what we got to do, right?
Right. I mean, the thing doesn't have rust holes in it. And
No.
it's being painted badly.
Yeah.
So we want to paint it.
Yeah. I can't see nothing wrong with that. We'll do
No.
what we can do. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Good. We both wind up
Be
in
happy.
better shape. Yeah.
We'll wind up. We'll
That would
both
be
wind
good.
Up happy. Yeah.
Well, that's what life's all about, isn't it?
It is.
Really?
Definitely.
When you come down to it.
Yeah.
Do we know anything about the history of this engine?
My friend Jim had it for many years sitting on his garage floor,
I see.
and I think they took it out because the old car got rusty,
Oh, yeah.
and they just took it out. And
Does it turn over?
yeah, it turns overnight. It turned over before.
Yeah, the doors are a bit rusty, but
Well, that rusted because of me.
oh, did it?
Yes, I left it in the garage like that. It got rusty because of me.
Right.
The crank, when we looked at it, had no wear whatsoever. Like, you'll have to look at it, inspect it yourself.
Well, they were tough. These engines were I don't want to say rugged, because they were strong.
Yeah.
They had lots of supports on the bearings and things, and nice wide journals. And
Like, I don't think there's any wear there whatsoever, but that's up to you. I think you'll have to sand them. Or,
people used to put 200,000 and 300,000 miles on those, let alone kilometers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a friend who had one with 200,000 miles on it, and it was, you know, he didn't pamper it, you know, but what you do is change the oil routinely and make
That
sure you
generally
change the
helps, doesn't it?
filter at the same time. Yeah.
That generally helps.
Yep.
Can't go wrong.
And I'm
Right.
not good at changing the oil. Sometimes I run them a little bit too long, but I'll pull around front. Good. I'll get. Thanks, baby.
You would check and lift these seats, or 2 seats, up.
No problem.
Weed.
No problem.
Perhaps we should have some lights. Would you like some lights, Charlene?
Sure.
All right, we do have lights because somebody pays the electricity bill. I think it's for John at the moment. Bit better. This is a nice car.
Yeah, it is.
Me and Jolene pulled it up on. Did you? Yeah, we did. Jolene's good help. She's the only help I got, but she's real good help.
You all make your floor so low, don't they?
We're going to give this to Rick here because it says Land Rover on it, you see.
Okay.
Now, it could be Jaguar too, but because they were sort of Siamese, they still are to some degree.
Okay.
But it looks like some sort of a driving wheel.
Yeah, and then insurance too. You had a parent trailer. You're driving down the highway.
No, I want to get this little car cleaned up because I want to give it to my son.
Okay.
And he's a big boy and he doesn't fit in a lot of my stuff. He doesn't fit in my sports cars, unfortunately. We've got a very nice MG here that I cleaned up for my daughter.
Okay.
And then she hasn't shown any inclination to accept it. So I'm going to sell it, I guess.
Okay.
But there's absolutely no rust in it at all. I've decided in my declining years not to get involved with rusty cars. And that Mark, it's a Mark 8, I think, that Chad. Do you think they're all right?
Well, she just
It's okay. Oh yeah. You know, it's a fine time to ask.
Do you really want to put those? Bernie? Do you really want to put those chairs up there?
I
There's a
wanted to
light
get-
there, and I don't want to break it. That's all.
Oh, yes. Well, we don't want to break it,
No,
but
so let's.
I wanted to get them out of the way, and they're such nice.
I
nice
think
seats.
we can put this up.
Can you manage?
Yeah.
nice to have a tall guy around, eh?
Yeah, I
What
want
is
that.
that now, would you?
Yeah. Fantastic, isn't it?
Imagine. I could use him probably for a couple weeks. Lifting stuff up, putting it away.
Well, I tell you, he's a good chap.
Don't tell too many times though.
Yeah.
We're just cementing a new friendship ourselves. So
Are you? Cementing a new.
I don't.
I like your lingo. It's
I don't need you muscling in.
Okay, I'll back off.
And he's got a wife and 2 daughters to demand on his time as well.
What I'm going to take this strap off.
Yes.
I'll take
yes,
that
I
home.
Like that.
What,
Yeah.
What's happening is I just put a couple piece of metal here. It's just setting on the bottom. On the front,
Right,
it's on the mounts,
right.
and that's just
Well,
sitting there.
I've got an engine stand right here.
Okay.
This is a engine stand here.
Yeah.
If you sort of move this thing out of the way and
Gotcha. Right on. Heavy duty.
see, there's the bit that
Yeah.
holds the engine.
I could have brought one with me, but I figured you probably might have. If you didn't, well.
Oh, so you want to take the engine right off that, do you?
No. No,
You
you
can
can.
if you want.
No, you can play with it.
Leave it right there on the
Leave it
stand.
whenever you're ready.
Well, if you need it, I'm happy to.
No.
I mean, we can pick it up with the crane.
No, I'm fine. Leaving
All
it
right.
right there for now. I just want this strap in case I decide you're going to use it. I don't think it's holding the engine on there anymore.
That's
I've got a few engines.
saying this came out of an old sedan, right?
Yes, just like
Yeah.
just like with the car we painted for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, that's possible because that oil filter configuration would fit with that. Yeah.
So it seems like it's right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know why it is that I see daylight through there. But
Through here, yeah.
through there, yes. Fascinating.
Fascinating, he says.
Well, the pan's not on it, is it?
Nope.
No, well, that's right. Well, we're looking at that.
So in them boxes, all the bearings and the cap should be there.
Yes. Okay.
I'm hoping.
Well, I hope so too, because
Oh yes.
in theory, we're very fussy about keeping them in line, you know?
Yes, they're marked to be in a certain place, are they not?
Uh,
The bearings are marked on each one, or?
Oh, yes, I think they'd be marked on each one.
Okay.
Caps, yes. We'll investigate that.
Yes.
Yes. And I put it on this end, and I can flip it over, you know, and
Yeah.
rotate it in any
Yes.
direction.
I think that the timing is still in place. That's I taped them
Yes,
there. I just
yes,
didn't. I just taped
Well,
it there.
you have to get the camshafts retimed.
I
It's all right, I can do that. I'm okay.
listen. No worries. No worries. I got enough stuff to worry about. Let alone what you're doing.
Yeah. Right. Now this is the baby
Yep.
that we need sort of
Yep.
sharpening up.
Yeah.
You have to make it look good.
Oh, they don't look bad now. Got some stuff on. Okay, no problem.
Well, we'll put the chrome
Yeah.
back on it, and is that rust coming through? there?
Well, it is. We'll check it out. All we'll do is just give it a
Well,
little tap.
I've got another hatchway,
Mhm.
hatch door if you want,
We'll see what happens.
somewhere, but it's white.
That's
I
up
think
top.
it just rust on them. They don't look bad. Like it just could be rust on the metal. Like I mean,
Yes.
if it's through, I still can fix it.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I knew you could, but we want to make it look sharp.
Was it? And Al was here. You call him Alistair. You kept saying
Yeah.
Al. I didn't realize Alistair was Al. Like I knew.
Oh.
I knew who Al is.
Ah.
You were calling him Alistair, and I was thinking, I don't know any
Well, that's his
Alistairs.
name.
Yeah. Well, I don't know him as Alistair. I know him as Al.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he's a
Al for
nice
short.
guy.
Oh yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's
I've
good.
known him for 50 years.
He's been a good dude.
You've known him a long time too.
Well, we've been acquaintances for quite a while, right? He
Yes.
usually stopped in when he come down the valley, get apples,
Yes.
and with him and his wife. And then
Yeah.
I met him at the Gene Winfield Chop Course, and he was always pleasant. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Good guy.
He's a nice guy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Every week or 10 days he phones me up and how am I? Is there anything I can do to help your stuff? You know, which is nice. Isn't
Looks
it?
good on Alistair, doesn't it?
It's nice of him. Well, he's a nice fellow.
Looks good on him.
Right, I tried to deal with nice people.
Try to.
Good idea.
Sometimes.
Yes. Right. Which it gets us to Jolene here, who's quite charming behind that camera. But she had something wrong with the recording
Yeah.
of sound
I
last time.
know.
It kind of buggered up, eh?
Made us sound awful.
Yeah.
That's how we always
I
sound.
was hoping that no one I knew would look at it.
They don't care, man. They
Really?
just want to watch. I guess you know what I'm saying. We just kind of document things, follow what we're doing, and people enjoy that. And ones that
Right.
don't, you know,
Yep.
I don't care.
While you're here,
Yes.
we want to move this far back axle.
I'm gonna get a pair of gloves on. I'll help.
Yeah, I'll give you a pair of gloves.
Okay.
A pair right here.
Good enough.
Your gloves. You've got gloves for people. People for gloves.
Anybody shows up, we got gloves.
Yeah.
Where would you like these?
Well, I don't want these. That one I want to keep where
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
until I want to put the brakes on it and
Right.
whatnot. But I want to get that one out of the way.
Yes. Where are we taking it for you?
Over here.
Okay.
We're going to tuck it away in the back
Underneath the
axle.
steps.
In the back axle stack. There.
So
So
you-
it's got to tuck itself under here.
You want to pile it on top of these ones?
Yes, I do,
Okay.
if I can.
No worries.
Well,
I've been known to be big, fat, and tough. All right, you ready to rock and roll? Do you want me?
I am a healer.
It's gonna turn.
I know it's all right for two, but I know for one it's a bit much.
Let's swing this way, I guess. I'll swing this
More
way.
on that one.
Yeah. Wouldn't buy that orange car. I'll be painting that one next.
Let me reach over, Chad. You gonna go over?
Well, Alistair's already painted the orange car.
Oh, has he? He did
Yeah.
a good job on it.
Yeah, can I help at all?
Well,
You sure this is a good idea, Bernie? To pile these where he wants it? That's where you want it?
Well, if we want any of the content, you see, we've got all kinds of ratios there.
Do you want right here? Is that fine?
That's excellent.
Beautiful.
Good. And I can take the brake drum off.
Good.
We don't need it for there.
Feels like
Yeah.
it's landed.
That's lovely. Yes, that's just what we wanted. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Yeah. And then I'm going to complete this one and tuck it under that car.
Ah, I see what you're doing.
Yeah. And
Man, that's a good shape.
it is.
Wow.
I've got a policy of not buying anything that isn't any good. So I only buy
Well,
things
I don't know what my policy is, but I buy a lot of stuff that sometimes I don't know.
that, yes. Well, you're probably better at making them than I am. I'm only good at the mechanical stuff.
That's too bad, eh?
Well, Alistair's going to knock that out.
Yeah.
Alistair can do that. I had an E-Type Jaguar coupe
Yeah.
a while back, and it had been shipped in a sort of move for the military,
Yeah.
and they'd stuck furniture on top of the darn thing in the moving vans.
Nice.
And by the time it arrived in Halifax, it had about a 3-way dent in the roof. It was a coupe.
Yeah.
Coupe. The roof. And I would have got inside and sort of kicked my feet up at the roof and tried to push it
Yeah.
out or something. But anyway, Alistair came down with a little hammer and he spent an entire Saturday afternoon tapping. And by the end of that Saturday afternoon, you couldn't see that
Wow.
anything. It just astonishing. I couldn't believe it.
Nice a porta power.
But yes.
I don't know if you could brace it on the inside to push it out,
Yes,
but
I used to have a porta power, but I gave it to Alistair. I figured he would use it more than I would, so he can bring it if he wants.
Princess Auto, I think they're a couple $100.
Well, yeah, they didn't use, they used to be a hell of a lot more than that.
They're a couple $100 at Princess Auto.
Yes, right.
It would push a
it
lot.
out.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, you've got something to push against because you've got a cross piece inside there. Which is
Yeah.
pretty solid down the bottom of that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, nice luggage carrier to go on.
Yeah, that thing's in good shape.
Yep.
That's in
Yeah,
good
there's
shape.
really virtually no rust in it.
I see that from the underneath.
We could pull actually on here, couldn't we?
Well, yeah, you push,
Yeah,
pull,
pull
whatever
the
you want,
power and
whatever you
pull
want to
and-
do.
Yeah. And then he could tap this out. You know, he'll get it up, and we'll put a new train lid on.
A guy with a frame straightener, he pulled that right out to, like,
Perfect.
yeah, pretty good, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I figure a couple $100.
Right. Well, I'm going to get it running around,
Yeah.
and because there's no reason why it can't run, and drive it somewhere and get it straightened out.
Yeah.
Alistair's or somewhere. Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
You need your gloves on, sweetheart? You want to help me?
Yes. There's one other thing I wanted to talk to you about.
Sure.
Those are springs. Where
Yep.
I didn't like the springs too much, but everybody tells me to use them, so I'm going to.
You do what you want to do. How's that? Make yourself
Well,
happy.
Then I'd put new springs on.
There you go.
Yeah.
If that makes you happy.
I,
that's what you
I
should
want to have a sorry, Charlene.
That's okay.
This is my wood chipper. I like it, so I keep it. Well,
do. That's the best reason.
we've got a forest at our new place now, and we're going to make a.
You wanted some wood made, did you not?
Yes. Now this is where we are. We're on the wood division. Now I've got a set of plans now.
Yes.
And the whole body is a piece of wood that gets bolted onto that frame.
Yep.
And then there are uprights coming off it, and then sheet aluminum gets
Yes.
screwed to it.
Yeah.
And we must be able to make it.
Yes.
And I could buy a body down in the States for $8,000 US. That's by the time you get it here.
16,000.
Well, it's
You double it and add tax.
it's more than the thing's worth, you know. So I'm getting it running.
Yes.
I've got the carburetors out in my car, and we'll put them on and we'll get her running. I'm sure she'll run just fine. And I'm changing the oil, which is I'm a great believer in changing oil.
Well, that's a good method.
Yep. So we'll put some new oil in it, and we'll start her up. And as soon as we get her running around, then we're going to be worrying about. And you've got some friends who do wood
I do.
jointing, I think.
I do.
Sort of, yes.
I think my friend Derek Wood would be a good guy for this because he's got a few English cars now. He's
Yes.
into it. He's got He's got the Morris Minor truck,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's got the Morris Minor wagon, or the what you would
Sedan
call it.
delivery
Yeah.
little thing.
Yeah.
I used to have one of those, but my friend Peter Osborne has one now.
I've met Peter
perfect
Osborne, I
shape.
think.
He-
I think.
Peter has beautiful cars.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I've seen his
He's
collection.
a very good mechanic.
Yes, I've heard that too.
Yeah, makes me feel like an amateur, but what the hell? Yes, so I plug away, but so we need someone to make the wood frame, and I've got the sort of plans
Yeah.
for it.
I could gather him up and bring him down sometime.
That would be good, because we should be able to come to some happy solution.
You want
He's
that
got-
exhaust put on too, do you not?
well, I've got the exhaust pipe. I just cleaned it up and painted it.
This part.
That we need re-welded.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And you got some stuff you want welded up. Maybe we could do a play date.
Yes. Okay. You can't. Yeah. I need the end of this.
Yeah.
Put onto there.
Yeah.
But you can't put it on unless you've got the thing ready to
I understand.
bolt it, because you won't get the right angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that.
So we'll put it together. We'll have the exhaust roaring out of the side, and we'll see if we can make it run. Okay.
Have you heard it run?
No.
No.
I used to have one of these.
It turns over no problem, does it?
Yep. Yeah, turns over fine.
Should be fine, I guess. You
Yeah.
as well as anybody else.
Right. Well, it was rolled. That's why the body went.
Okay. Someone got hurt.
I don't know,
Oh, it was rolled.
but you know, it looks a bit banged around there, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, she's a cool little unit. You know what I mean? I like seeing stuff like this because it shows you what you can do and what people say you can't do. You know,
Right,
have the dry shaft go through and have the rear ends on top of the the floor and
Well, the whole idea of the design of this was to get the weight down,
yeah.
and they
It'd be a
worked-
hard car to roll, would it not?
Well, that's right. You'd have to work at it, wouldn't you?
You would.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't think you could.
Well, they did.
They did.
Yes. It rolled,
Yeah.
and apparently the body just looked like firewood at the end of rolling.
She splintered, did she?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, well.
So
I have a guy that would probably be interested in that. Do you have the plans at all?
yes,
Like, do you have them here?
no, I have them on my computer.
Okay.
So
Are
we
they
can-
sendable?
We can print them off. Yes.
If you could send them to us or
All
somehow,
right.
then we'd have it to go show Derek, and then Derek could probably take a look at it and
I
say,
don't know if I have your email address.
well, we'll make sure we give it to you.
Yes. Okay.
We'll make sure
Good.
we give it to you.
Good.
I'll pull the truck back.
And then you do things like research, like these. This is the first of this series of Morgans that had disc brakes on the front, and the discs, if you look at them, they're as thin as paper knives.
Yeah.
But
See that?
I wouldn't mind betting. You know, look at the thinness of that.
Yeah, really.
And it's just worn away. But so I
As long as it's straight.
well, no, it's if we looked over there
You got some more.
behind this toboggan, which I'm going to give away to the kids across the road at my other place. We
Oh, you got
start
some new ones there?
finding
Yeah.
new discs. You see,
Yeah.
at this point, for TV purposes, I'd like to whip out a nice new disc, and I had them.
Is that the disc right here? You grab it?
But look over there. See the
Oh,
wheels?
okay. Ah,
Yeah, yeah, well, that's a good one right there. Some combination of that
You got one over
fits
there.
this.
Yeah, we got a brand new one over there. Series 1.
Yep,
Look,
brand new
you got
ones.
some manifolds there too. Look, all kinds of manifolds with Jaguars.
We'll make sure you get a manifold. Yeah. And I'm going to give this to kids. I think that's nice, don't you, Charlene?
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the first snow, and we've got two kids that live opposite us, and their parents, and we get a whole lot of them on that. So it's meant to be cheerful. This is all meant to keep people cheerful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're not happy, stop doing it.
that's right. Yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
that's what I'm thinking.
Well, you have to think of other people. I mean, I used to drive too fast in my 120s. And, I mean, I was pretty good at it, you know, but you could always make a mistake, couldn't you? And,
Certainly can. I slowed down a lot myself. I put more cars in the ditch and you can shake a stick at, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Well, I have a personal world speed record, my own, of 400 miles in 5 hours and 20 minutes.
400 miles.
Miles is about 600 and something kilometers
Yeah.
in 4 hours 20 minutes.
I can't figure that out right quickly, but
That's moving.
that's moving.
It is moving, yeah.
That would be called stunting.
It would now.
Yes.
Then it was called getting back quickly on New Year's Eve to my girlfriend.
I understand more now.
Right.
I understand more. What's that?
Always a motivator.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to pull my truck around, and I can get you to help me put that front end on.
Of course you can.
Cool.
No problem.
I've been thinking about these things, but we just haven't had the time to run anywheres.
What?
These motorcycle things. If
Like to
buddies,
get some of them?
yeah, I want some of them. I'd like to have about. How many motorcycles we got, darling? Baby? We got a few.
I could go around begging them, but they gave
Begging
me
them.
this one
Yeah.
to put this motorcycle and ship it to
Yeah.
the UK. And I've got a friend I'm trying to ship it to there, but
We want to make a motorcycle wall.
really,
Yeah, like put motorcycles on the wall.
yes.
Put 'em
Got
in
a bunch of
frames?
yeah. Put them.
Do you know Victor Siprit?
No. Well, I can't say.
Well, he used to be a sort of set designer and stuff in the movie industry. That's how I met him, I think.
Okay.
But we both had Jaguars at the time. And I've got this 120 Jaguar, the blue one. I don't think you've
Haven't seen it yet.
I'll drive up to your place with it sometime.
Cool.
But
That'd be awesome.
I've
should
got
see
it
it.
tucked away pretty
Yeah.
well now. But it's a beautiful car. And it goes like blazes. And it's really fast.
Yeah.
For a 54, it's a fast car. And Victor said that he would put it, he has a bar downtown in Halifax.
Yes.
And he wanted to have it upside down over the bar.
Wow.
I think
He's going to
I'd,
hang it from the roof.
I'd empty one out before I done. You know what I mean? Take
Yeah,
the
that's
engine
right.
out. But that'd be cool. That's a
Yeah.
great idea.
Would be.
We have a motorcycle in the house.
Have you?
Yeah, we've got a motorcycle in the house.
Doesn't it
I've got a bicycle hanging off the wall. We've got a gas pump in the house.
Really?
Yeah, it's just
Well, that's
kind
the
of-
sort of thing Victor does.
Yeah, we're happy
Yeah.
with it. I mean, it's something nice to look at for us.
Yeah.
But I think these are the perfect idea though. You could put the motorcycle in it. You could put a showcase around it, like plexiglass, whatever.
Crank it up.
Crank it
Bernie,
up.
you could go around and ask that place how many you could have or buy, and I could go around and pick them up.
Yes, I can do that. How many would you like, Chad? 3, 4?
Well,
It's 30 or 40. I
Yeah.
think.
I think there's quite a few. I'm
As
not
many as we
sure.
can get our hands on, I think. We'll
Yeah.
be
Well,
good.
I think if we
Right
start
out.
getting over about 3 or 4, they'll start to.
Well, you got
charge
to,
him.
yeah, that's what would happen.
Unless you offered them a tenner or $15 or whatever for whatever.
I would, I'd easily pay that. That'd be no
I was
problem.
gonna say,
I mean, let's face it.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just the construction of it itself. Like you could pile
Well,
them
there's
on
more
top of each
to
other,
it
could you
than
not?
that.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, because there's this stuff here,
Yeah.
and then there are bits up there that go up into these slots. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is like a shell.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I could put it on the wall. I could pile
Yeah.
one on top of it.
That's
Keep
right.
putting motorcycles in it.
Stackable.
Right.
We'd like to have a
Alright.
motorcycle
And-
wall. We
and
don't
they-
even ride motorcycles, but we like to look at them.
They get thrown
Right.
out the back, and the scrap metal guys come and they scrap them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
that's right.
for sure. You were saying last time they done that, so
that's
I
all.
can't see them not. They take a little bit of coin if.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll check on that for you.
Yep.
And you're going to check on this fellow Wilson, is it, or something, who does woodwork?
Yeah.
Uh,
Derek Wood. His name's Derek Wood.
Derek Wood.
Yeah, he has, he's got English cars, he's got a few of them. He probably wouldn't mind seeing what you have here.
Well, I've got.
And he's a
bit
nice
of-
guy.
A bit of early stuff.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, so,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you would have.
Steady.
It'd be a good connection. How's that?
Yes, yes. Well, that's what life's all about.
Yes, I was, yeah.
Be careful.
I don't want to go there, but.
Don't want it up.
Not right, baby.
I wanted to get this leaned up, and if it did fall, that it wouldn't hit the Jag.
Yes, thank you very much.
Right?
Yes. We like the Jag.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna rock and roll this truck around the other side.
Okay. And what are we loading?
Right. The front end for the E-Type. the
Oh
red.
right. Oh right.
Yes.
Go right around the driveway, Bernie.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Right around.
We've got The neighbours are friends since I sold them the property.
I got something. I got the head, Bernie. Where do you want the head?
Oh, well, up there somewhere, Chad.
Can I put it right on this?
Yep, that'll be all right.
Okay.
I might move that, Chad, so
Okay.
that's fine though.
Well, we can put it over there. There's a gas can or something, that red thing.
You want a hand with it?
I think I can get it. You'll have to check this over too, Bernie. I think it's good, but you'll have to check it over.
Oh, yes.
That's up to you.
Yeah,
You're the man.
right.
You're the man.
Is it balanced there? What do you think?
Yep, it's nicely balanced, I think.
Eventually, we need it up here or something.
I've got more stuff for that engine too at home, I think.
Well, if you
I
do-
like the. I have some.
Get it along.
I forgot to bring the manifold for it. Well, we'll be back now. We'll be back now.
Right.
We'll make an appointment and bring Derek down so you can see about your wood.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
what we'll do.
Yes, okay, that would be good.
Yeah? I know what that's too. The oil
It's
journals on
time
the
for
back
me
of
to
the head.
sit down.
I remember ripping them off.
Yep.
Yeah,
that right?
I got scolded for that.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. By the internet.
All I'm doing here is checking it out, and it's in good shape. So it's pointless putting something on if it's not going to run, so it's going to be all right.
Yeah, that goes
And
right
then
there.
I'm going to do the brakes before I put it on the car. It's easier to do them out here. And then,
Truck will be stored for the
then I'm going to put it underneath that one.
Awesome.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to put it away, but
Will it have wire wheels?
Hmm?
Wire wheels?
Wire wheels go on here, and you have to, I've checked them out, you have to make sure that the splines aren't too worn. And yes, it has wire wheels. That's one of the reasons for changing it.
Okay.
So I wanted to put wire wheels onto that green car. But if you have a look inside there, it's in good shape. And I was just fascinated by cars when I was about 15 or 16. There were so many parts, and they all sort of had to work together. It was almost like a symphony orchestra. You know, you had to get the whole thing, and it is. You have to get it. They talk about tune-ups, don't they? And you have to get the whole thing cooperating. And I thought it was wonderful. I just so intrigued that all these parts could function at the same time. And you see, this part here is rusted. Look, that's useless. The only thing I'll keep out of that is that plug.
Okay.
But fortunately, I've got several others, so we use another one.
Awesome.
You have heat in this place?
Yes, but I don't have it on.
In floor?
Yes,
Oh, good stuff.
isn't it?
It is. We get the heat on their place. It's nice.
Yeah.
But it has to get serious before I turn it on. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Because it costs money, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. Well, yes,
Basically, you want to be serious when you're doing something. If you're going to do it, you might as well do it.
right.
It's got an old oil furnace over there.
Okay.
I imagine with all the spray foam
Yeah.
there, would heat up pretty quick.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Also, on a sunny day, you'd be surprised.
the thing is storage for stuff like that seat, which, you know, if that's from a Series 3 XJ6. I've tended to specialize in Jaguars and MGs. And, you know, as an amateur, you can't get involved in everything. And so I can look at most parts and know where they go. And I know which parts wear out and which parts don't. And I've got a pile of lenses for various cars there that I'll give to Jerry, because Jerry Hull, who plays around with bits and pieces, but none of it fits cars that I'm interested in, so I ignore the others. Not that I don't like the cars necessarily, but you can only specialize in so many things. Jaguars stand up well in North America. They can stand the speeds. They believe it or not, they're very reliable. People don't think so, they had a terrible reputation in the beginning because the Jaguar dealers network was non-existent, and the company didn't have very much resources, and I got to meet them early on, and they regarded me as a sort of supporter because I bought Jaguars because I was so pleased to see them functioning well when they were functioning well. And you know, people used to get hold of them and not understand them and start trying to tune up the carburetors. It would have been better to just leave them alone and keep driving.
Yeah.
You know, change the oil, keep driving it, and they'll do enormous mileages because they're strong.
Yeah.
They're good, strong mechanical things with very flimsy, attractive, beautiful, but in some ways poorly designed, rust-wise bodywork. So they'll rust badly.
Okay.
So then, after a sort of process, you get cars with good mechanical components, and the bodies are useless. You can't effectively repair them.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've got lots of bits, and it's goodness knows what my kids are going to do at the end, but all those shelves have bits of MGs and Jaguars on them, and I know where most of the stuff is, and I tend to use it at times. But these brakes, I mean, I've got all the parts for fixing these brakes 3 or 4 times over. So it doesn't really, and I'm really doing this for my son or grandson, this car, which I think is a pretty car, it's handsome.
Yeah.
But with the correct engine in it, it has 87 brake horsepower, but with the factory started to put the Rover V8 into them, and for about 2 years they did, and then they stopped. And why they stopped, I don't really know, except that it occurs to me that in wet conditions, when the road's wet, if you stomped on the accelerator, you'd break away the rear end, it would start to skid.
Okay.
And I would think that people thoughtlessly drove them without thinking and without thought, and they had a number of accidents, and so they stopped doing it. But I think it'd be rather fun to have one.
So you've got the V8.
I've got the V8 now. I've got the V8. I've got a 5-speed gearbox to go with it. I understand that they broke the drive shafts at times, so, but I've got lots of drive shafts. So,
Awesome.
and I've got CAA to tow me back if they break.
Awesome. I'm gonna go check on the E-Type.
It's a second E-Type.
Okay, I'm gonna go check
Oh,
on the
that,
E-Type.
yes.
I'll be right
Now
back.
this is like a baby E-Type, really.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, so I enjoy it all. We've got a bunch of characters. Exactly.
You didn't bring the dogs yet?
No, we had all the tires in the back. I think we're fine just like this. Strap it in the best we can. Can you go any further? Or? Yeah, that's what we'll do then. Let's do that. Go like that. I'll just pull this jacks and hits on both sides. And I think what I'll do is on your strap. Just strap it in. Strap it in.
You won't leave it outside, Chad, will you?
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Probably not.
They pass between the side and the center, and then there's a nuisance. And that one's not really rusty. Maybe you can have it. It's not rusty.
Gotcha. I hear you. I think what I'll do is I'm just going to run a strap from there to there, and then maybe one from there.
Just a little bit of this way if you were trying to put your headlight stuff in, and if this was all rusty. So it isn't rusty in there, it's just getting up really dry beneath it. There's a piece of chrome that goes up those. Got it if you want it.
See what happens. We'll just
We're already collecting leaves in here.
Yes, leave it outdoors, see?
Yeah. I got some long straps here that'll work.
I got some long ones. They're quite short, eh?
I got an idea here, Daddy.
Go for it.
I've got some straps too if you need them.
Nope, I don't think we need straps. But if we did, I'd take you up on it. Feasible to hook on at. Just so I guess it holds it down.
If you got a bit more
Yeah,
slack,
I'll give you
because I can
more.
go right down to a hook here on the
Yeah.
bottom. There we go.
Cool.
Is that just gonna drag?
What if we can we put
What
it over,
about-
can we put it over this thing, over this back end?
Here, I got one on the outside of the trailer here. That be any good? You got any more slack?
It's over the top of this thing. Like that. Flip it over. Thank you. There we go.
Okay.
Cool. That makes me happier.
You want to go on the outside right here to this hook?
Sure.
Yeah, you got. Give me
Pull
another
away.
8 inches of slack.
Pull away. Hook.
Yep, good.
We won't squeeze her too hard, obviously.
No,
That's probably pretty good right there.
I can go a little bit more, but are you gonna do another?
Yeah, why not?
I would.
I'll go one this way.
Yeah,
Yes.
balance it out.
Yeah, hopefully we can get together and get some things done for each other. Hopefully that can happen.
Don't leave this out the web.
No,
You're the one that's saying it's worth 10,000, which it is if it's all straightened out.
well, I'll put $10,000 worth of work in it, then I'll know it's worth 10,000. How's that?
That's right. Well, you
Is that the only long strap you have? That yellow one?
I got another one here.
Actually, somewhere in North America, someone is looking for one of these this morning.
No doubt in my mind. If not, that would look awfully nice hanging from our house or our building. I'll paint it. It would look so
Yes.
nice, would it not?
As long as it's not getting rusty. It's relatively rust-free at the moment.
It is.
I used to have a recipe for these, and I fixed up about 3 of them. And that is, I'd always buy a new piece to go down the bottom. So the bit that bolts onto that,
A recipe.
yeah, I'd get a new bottom nose piece,
Okay.
which would cost a few hundred, but it would give you everything to be straightened up with. See what I mean? It's the place that rusts down the bottom. So get that out of it and put a new one in.
And then, what do you think of anything better to do? We can play with old cars, run around, pick up stuff. Can't think of a better thing to do. Tis so. Tis so.
It's fun for us.
It is so.
Jolene is the only member
Jolene
of
is
her
the...
sex that I've ever seen put up.
I've heard, you know what, she's heard that a lot lately. She's heard that a lot lately. You know, it's kind of a... It's a compliment.
It sure is.
It's a compliment.
I think so.
It is a compliment. Because, you know, just think how much two people can enjoy something if they take the time to...
Anything?
Me and Jolene are a team. And you know what teamwork is?
Yes.
The beginning of success.
Right.
Is it not?
Yes.
Yeah, you get a good team, man. They all play together. I tell you, you'll have something. Ah, come on.
Perfect. It's safe right there, isn't it?
I think the other one was good, but this one is just a little bit added insurance.
Yes, I think it's good.
Well, that's not going nowhere. We're not going to drive a million miles an hour. I just come down there with a Jag engine on the back. Never heard her. Just sitting on a wheel. That's good.
You're good there. No problem there at all.
Cool. Awesome. Another new treasure.
Yes.
I just had, we had Mike Huntley in from a friend of mine that was on Oak Island that did all the diving.
Oh, yes.
This is our treasure, and Mike would die for treasure, but our treasure's on the top.
Right.
You gonna leave all those?
Oh
in there,
yeah,
Chad?
just leave them on back.
them in there?
Yeah, leave them on the back. I might get an engine down here. I might. I'm not sure. Where's it at, Jolene?
Trunk 3.
Trunk 3. The guy has a 351 Windsor.
Oh, yes.
I'm not sure if I need it or not.
I know the name. I wouldn't know a good one from a bad one.
Well, me neither, to be honest with you. It is what it is. It's probably a fairly decent engine, I guess, if I needed it. Don't know if I need it or not. But who
Well, I
knows?
remember badly needing a Jaguar engine once, and I bought one which was questionable, and I probably paid too much for it in the day, but it had antifreeze in the oil, and I didn't know that.
Ah.
And that is not a good thing.
No.
And
No, I guess the only thing I would check on the engine, see what the oil looks like.
yep,
If it turns over, like if it rolls over by hand.
yep,
What else would I look for? You know, we spent some time. You could take the plugs out of it and see if it was all burning good.
yes.
You know,
But, yeah.
check all the plugs out, see if they're burning good. And,
Yeah.
other than that, what else can
That
you
is-
say when it's sitting on the floor?
Do a compression test, you could. But,
Yeah, I suppose that would take some time getting it
Yeah.
wired up.
yeah.
It's like buying a pig in a bag. Could be a chicken.
Well, I bought a V12 Jaguar engine once, and car burned, and I figured the engine was still good, so I bought it for as little as possible, of course.
Yeah.
And I did a compression test on that on the ground, and perfect.
Worked out good for you.
Yep.
Cool. Alrighty, I guess we're gonna head her that way and go look at the engine, are we? I guess that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go look at the engine. You need any more help moving anything?
No, I think we're fine. Yep. Do we need any help? Do we better?
Well, we're gonna move some stuff, and we're gonna put the Land Rover inside. And
Yes. Thanks
Right.
very much. Yes, those
Yeah.
go in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we're good, Chad.
that's excellent.
Yeah.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
we got our winter tires in the back. Everybody's on the burner to get them done, I think.
Yeah.
Well, we know it's gonna snow.
Yes, we do.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. Alrighty, we're gonna.
Now, where's your dog?
We left her home. Yeah, we got all the tires in the back. There's no place for her. No place for her, so we let her go. Thank you. No, I got a pair right there.
I need them for. Oh, all right.
I got a pair right there.
Yep.
We're all good. So we'll be talking we'll be talking again.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we'll be talking again.
Yeah, I'll get you the plans for the body. wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must show what the shapes are and all that
Yes,
sort of
yes,
stuff.
it does. Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It'll be down to the fine detail.
Wow. Oh, Derek's good too. Like he's
I-
a sharp cat on the wood.
I don't think it shows the jointing or anything,
No.
just the outline.
Oh, okay.
I've got a set of doors up there,
Yeah.
up top, which I don't throw out because they're so wonderful. They're meant for a pillarless situation where they're hinged front and back,
Okay.
and they click together.
Suicide backs.
And they're coach-built wooden doors.
Yeah.
They belong to a Rolls-Royce or a Bentley or something.
You've got a nice set of white doors up there with the hood too off an old Jaguar, like
Yeah,
the one
that's-
you have.
That's off the one that you're trying to do the bubble job on.
Yes. Okay. Yeah,
Right, it's
the
the
bubble
same.
job.
You should try to make, well,
I want to see that big one, that Jag we have now, that whatever 9 it is.
yes,
It's long enough that I could get 2 engines in it and sit in the back
Oh,
seat
yes. I
and
see.
friend.
Yes. Well, but
And I know where there's
far be
another.
it for me to object.
Sounds good to me. All right, we'll check you later.
I've always found Jaguar engines properly tuned up and with decent carburetors on them.
You don't need to.
Powerful, you don't need to.
Well, I always want to do it just for the hell of it.
But, right, so if you want to do that,
Yeah, that'd be fun to me. You know, try
Yeah.
to use my brain to figure how I can get them put together.
but you could use your brain to be rebodying things that are really nice.
You're into customization. You're into originality,
Yeah, that's right.
right?
We'll meet in the middle. How's that?
Yeah.
Yes, good.
All right. See you
Good to see
later.
you both.
Good to see you.